So, namaste everyone, and welcome to the first class today. This is a class for all of us together, as I said earlier, and we will learn the Sanskrit Varnamala. And this is not details of Sanskrit, but for what do we need for Vedic chanting. And Seena Santosh, who's one of our chanters, will be taking that class. She's an expert in both chanting and in Sanskrit. So, she'll be joining in about 10 minutes' time. Meanwhile, we'll do the initial prayers and a quick recap of what we learned in the first class. So, once again, switch on your videos and be on mute for now and chant along. Uh, so, inviting us all to close our eyes and start with three ohms. So, we'll chant three ohms together, the initial prayers. And after that, continue to keep your eyes closed. Take a deep breath. Oh. Om. Om. ॐ गणानान्त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत आनः शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम् श्रीमहागणपतये नमः। प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामभित्र्यवतु वाग्देव्यै नमः। ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. Continue to sit with your eyes closed as we start our first actual class to start learning Vedic chanting.
इधर दे दे।
Bring to your mind the image of your Ishta Devata, your Kula Devata, family deity, your Guru, and let's seek their blessings as we start with today's learning session. As and when you feel ready, slowly open your eyes. Seena ji, are you on the call?
Yes, I am. Yeah.
Great. So we could do the recap towards the end, but we could start off now. Thanks so much, Sinaji. Thanks for accepting our request to take this call for the second batch as well. It was very enlightening the first time you took this session. We didn't know a lot of these things, so it was very useful. So over to you. It's going to be a packed class. We are a lot of us, so not all questions can be answered. But what we'll do is take all your questions and see if we can answer them through the week. This is going to be a little intense, a lot of learning. So hold your question. I'll put a link on the chat and we can ask your questions there. Others request you to be on mute, please. Over to you.
Thank you, Rohit ji. So before I start, I'll be saying a small prayer. Okay? येनाक्षरसमाम्नायम् अधिगम्य महेश्वरात् कृत्स्नं व्याकरणं प्रोक्तं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः। ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। So I have a question for all of you. Why are we here today? Someone.
I think to learn the hymns.
Learn
the hymns, Rudram, and
No. That is the future classes. What are we doing in today's class?
We are trying to understand how to basically, in vocal terms, how do you pronounce the Sanskrit words so that the pronunciation later on becomes better, and that basically energizes the being. That is what I think.
Yes. Several of you said to chant the correct way. Very good, very good. So understanding the purpose of the class is very important. It's a Varnamala class is what you've been told, right? Varnamala is something you have all done in your childhood. Maybe some minor variations with languages and Samskritam Varnamala, but overall you have studied it. So why the need to do this class right now? So we have to understand that. So for that, I'm going to tell you a shloka and pay attention to what it is trying to say. Okay? मंत्रो हीनस्वरतो वर्णतो वा मिथ्या प्रयुक्तो न तमत्तमाः स वाग्वज्रो यजमानं हिनस्ति यथेन्द्रशत्रुः स्वरतोपराधात्. So mantro hinaha swarato varnato va. Okay, mantraha hinaha. Hinaha means what? Deficient, deprived of. On account of what? On account of an error in swara or varna. What is swara here? Not referring to vowels, but to the intonations in Veda mantras, which we call as Udatta, Anudatta, Swarita. So for several of you who don't know what it is, you will be learning in the classes once you start your mantra chanting class. Okay, so we are talking about a mantra that has become deficient on account of errors in swara as well as in the varna. Mithya prayukto natamartamaha. Mithya prayuktaha. Mithya prayukta means wrongly used. Okay? Natamartamaha. That means it has been said with no meaning or no context. Okay? Saha vagvajraha yajamanam hinasti. Now, what is vagvajraha? Vajraha we know, vajrayudham. Vajrayudham is a weapon. So, vagvajraha would mean a weapon of speech or weapon of words. So Vajraha, every mantra is a Vajra. It is capable of hitting the target, whatever it is that you are setting. It will hit the target, it will do what it has to do. Okay. So an incorrectly uttered mantra, that is a Hina mantra, is also a Vajra. And what does this incorrectly uttered Vajra do? Yajamanam hinasti. Hinasti means to kill. You can also take the meaning of hinasti as it will harm you or it will give you undesirable results. Okay. Who is the Yajamana? Yajamana is the one for whom the mantra is being uttered. So it can be yourself or it can be someone else for whom the mantra is being uttered. And then it gives an example of where this went wrong. Okay, Yatha Indra Shatruhu Swarato Paradhat. Yatha, जैसे इंद्र शत्रु का वध हुआ था स्वर के अपराध के कारण. Just like how Indra Shatruhu was killed on account of an error in the Swaras. Okay, so what is the story of Indra Shatruhu? We have to understand that also. So there used to be a Prajapati called Twashta. Now, some say that Twashta was an Asura, some say his wife was an Asura. Doesn't matter. He had a son by the name Vishwarupa. Now, Vishwarupa was a very learned, very pious person. You could say he was almost on par with Brihaspati. So once there was some tiff between Brihaspati and Indra. So what Indra did is he asked Vishwarupa to perform the daily oblations. You know, the homa that you do where the havis you give the havis to the devas, like the devas partake the havis that is offered. So there's something called the daily oblation. So because Brihaspati walked away, so Indra asked Vishwarupa to do it, and Vishwarupa started to do it. But Vishwarupa, having a Asura lineage, he had a soft corner towards Asuras, and Asuras are not supposed to partake. So what he did is he started offering it to the Asuras also. And when Indra got to know, he killed Vishwarupa. Okay. Now this angered Twashta, the father. Okay. So Twashta was very furious. What he did is he started to do a yajna to beget a son who would be the enemy of Indra, which would mean that the one who would kill Indra. So that means he wanted a son who is Indra Shatruhu. So let me just share my screen. Oh, sharing is not turned on.
Yeah, you can share now.
I hope you can see the screen.
Yes, we can now.
All right. So he wanted a son who is Indra Shatruhu. Okay, which means the son that he wanted was one who would kill Indra, who would be the enemy of Indra. But what happened is, while he was doing this yajna, he was filled with rage, right? So obviously, when you are filled with rage, some things can go wrong, right? So he uttered the swara incorrectly. So it was supposed to be this way. Indra Shatru Vardhas. There is some background noise.
I'll mute them, but others request you to mute.
Okay,
yourself.
So he had to say Indra Shatrur Vardhasva, and the way he had to say was Indra Shatrur Vardhasva. This is how he had to say. But what he did is he did this. He did Indra Shatrur Vardhasva. He did this. Okay, see the difference between the two. Here, the Swarita is given to these two, and here the Swarita is given to this, and an Anudatta is given here. Okay. So here he says Indra Shatrur Vardhasva versus what he actually ended up saying is Indra Shatrur Vardhasva. Okay, this is what he said. Now, what happens with this word Indra Shatru? It is a compounded word with two words. One is Indra and one is Shatru. It's a compounded word, what we call as a Samastapadam in Samskritam. So, it can be interpreted in two ways. One way is Indra's enemy, which is what this would mean. Indra's enemy. Indrasya Shatruhu, Indra Shatruhu. Indra's enemy or Indra's killer, you can say. He wanted that. But the second meaning was Indraha yasya shatruhu. Indraha jiska shatru hai vaha. So he got a son whose shatru was Indraha. Okay, so this was supposed to be a regular Tatpurush Samasa and this is a Bahuvrihi Samasa. So he ended up changing the kind of Samasa and therefore the meaning changed. And he ended up getting a son whose enemy was Indra, which would mean that Indra would see this new person as his enemy and would definitely kill him. Now, this son that he got, he was called Vritra. Okay. And eventually, Vritrasura was killed by Indra. So his fate was determined from the time he was born because of the error in what his father uttered. Okay, error in the mantra. So now this story is told specifically to understand the importance of swaras and intonations in Veda mantras and how the meaning can change. Most of the times we may not know what that meaning of that word is, but it has an intended meaning and we end up changing it by saying it incorrectly. Now, I'm not saying this story to discourage anybody and feel scared. Oh my God, I don't want to, utter, I don't want to. I'm telling you, each of you, whatever shlokas you are saying at home, will have some error in it. Okay. So you have been given an opportunity to fix it. Now, it's like this, when my son was small, he used to be on the road. That time, nano cars used to be there. And he had a habit, whenever he would see a nano car, he would call it Nangu car. And it was so fun to hear that we would not correct him. We'll never correct him. But sometime along the way, he figured that it is not a Nangu car, it's a nano car. I did not make an attempt to tell him. No one in my house made an attempt to tell him, but he may have heard us speak or may have heard his friends speak. So somewhere the knowledge came to him, right? So there is always the right time when the knowledge comes to you. So the divine father, the divine mother, in their eternal grace and compassion, do not punish you if you have said something wrong all your life. In the last batch, there was one person who said, I had done some examples which I will be doing with you also. We had done some everyday shlokas, and then she said at the end of the explanation, she said, oh my God, I didn't know I was saying it wrong all these years. But would she have been punished for doing it? Most probably not. Just like how we laughed at our child, the divine father and mother will also laugh at your errors because you didn't know, right? But then there comes a time when they say, okay, now it's the time for you to learn it. Okay, so you've been given the opportunity to fix errors. Now, why do we have errors? By the way, this story is talking about a specific error in the swara, right? But this is what I had said. Mantro hi swarato varnato va. Right? So this is the error that is described in the story. But there is also this statement here. And the focus of our class is this. This part will be dealt later by Rohit sir and whoever else is teaching for you. But this class, our focus is in the varna errors that we typically make. Now, why do we make these errors? I will tell you. Mostly it is because of the language conditionings that we have of our native tongues. So whatever native languages we speak, the words or the sounds have got metamorphized into something else. Some, not all sounds, but some of the sounds must have got changed on account to whatever. It's the natural progression of languages. But you have to correct them. Why? Because like I said, in this language, any error that you make can change the meaning. It's very unforgiving. Now, for example, my mother tongue is Malayalam. In Malayalam, if you hear people who are from Kerala, who have learned from Kerala, they tend to very often not focus on the Mahapranas. Several of the words, they will just make it into Alpaprana and say. But it is okay in the language. It doesn't seem to hurt them anyway. But when it comes to mantras and stutis and stotras and whatever that you're doing, if you do that, you may be causing a grave error. I will tell you all of that when we are discussing each of those things. But I'm just giving an example, okay? So, our focus is to understand the varnas properly. Identify where each of us have some shortcoming. Okay, something is different. Maybe your language is not wrong. Okay, but it is slightly there is a variation from how it should be said in Sanskritam. Identify that for yourself, because if you have self-awareness, it becomes very easy for the teacher to teach. Okay, so as we go along, just identify where are you different from what I am saying here in the class. Okay, so now we need to understand this word varnaha. Okay, now in the English language, we have you have A, B, C, D up to Z, right? So this A to Z is called an alphabet. The whole set is called an alphabet. And every component in that, like A, B, C, D, they are called letters. So they are letters of the alphabet. So the letter is the smallest unit of the language, right? So what is the equivalent term in Sanskritam for a letter? It is called a varnaha. Okay, it is called a varnaha. Varnayati iti varnaha. That which helps you to describe something, or that which describes something, is called a varnaha. Another synonym for it is aksharam. Na ksharati iti aksharam. That which does not decay or disintegrate is called an aksharam. जिसका शर नहीं होता है वह अक्षर. Okay, is this clear so far, whatever I have told?
Yes,
Okay.
thank you.
Okay. So now we have to understand what is the origin of all these letters of the language. Okay, from where are these varnas of the Sanskritam language coming from? So for that, we go back to the Mangala Charanam that I did at the start of the class. So what did I say? I said, येनाक्षरसमाम्नायम् अधिगम्य महेश्वरात् कृत्स्नं व्याकरणं प्रोक्तं तस्मै प्राणिनये नमः. Sorry, तस्मै पाणिनये नमः. So Aksharasamamnayam Adhigamya. Aksharasamamnayam means collection of letters. Adhigamya would mean having obtained or having received. So having received the collection of letters from whom? Maheshwarat, from Maheshwara. Yena, by whom? Kritsnam Vyakaranam Proktam. The entire Vyakaranam was told. Tasmai Paninaye Namaha. To that Panini, we are offering our namaskara. So we understand two important characters who have come in this sloka. One is Maheshwara and the second is Maharshi Panini, who received the letters from Maheshwara, and then he spoke about the entire grammar of the Sanskritam language. So far clear, whatever I said? Okay. Now the question is, what yes, somebody? Okay. What is the context under which Maharshi Panini received these letters? How come he got these letters, or what is the sandarbha? So they say, Nrittavasane Nataraja Rajo Nanadhadakkam Navapanchavaram Uddhartu Kamas Sanakadi Siddhan Etad Vimarshe Shivasutra Jalam. So Nrittavasane, at the end of the cosmic dance, Nataraja Rajaha. Nataraja Rajaha means the Lord of the Lords of Dancers, or the King of the Kings of Dancers. Nanada. Nanada means sounded. Sounded. What did he sound? Dhakkam. Dhakkam means your damaru. Okay. So, Nrittavasane Nataraja Rajaha Dhakkam Nanada. He sounded the damaru. How many times? Navapanchavaram. Navapanchavaram, 9 plus 5 times, which is 14 times. He played the damaru. And they give some more information about the Nataraja Rajaha. Who was he? He was Uddhartu Kamaha. Uddhartu Kamaha means Uddhar karne ki ichha rakhne wala. That means one who is desirous of uplifting. Uplifting whom? Sanakadi Siddhan. Sanaka Muni and other Siddhas. So there was these Sanaka Muni and other Siddhas who were present there when he was doing the cosmic dance. So he wanted to uplift them. Etad Vimarshe Shivasutra Jalam. And for this purpose, the Shivasutra Jalam was given so that they deliberate on it and find ways of being liberated. Okay, so amongst the Sanakadi Munis was Maharshi Panini. So Maharshi Panini, after hearing the dhakka sounds, the damru sounds, and remember it was done 14 times, he creates something called the Maheshwara Sutrani. Now, what is a sutram? Sutram is a thread. What do you do with thread? You tie. So you tie and you join things together, right? So like a mala, like a flower mala, you are joining things. So what did he do? Let's say the Shiva played the damru once and there were A, B, C, D sounds that were created. So Maharshi Panini took all these sounds and created into one mala, that's called a sutram. So he created something called the Maheshwara Sutrani, and there were 14 in number. So we look what the Maheshwara Sutrani looks like. This is how the Maheshwara Sutrani looks like. So it is A, I, Un, Drillik, E, Om, I, Ouch, Hayavarat, Lan, Yamangananam, Jhabany, Ghadadash, Jabagadadash, Khapa Chatata Chatatav, Kapai, Shasasar, Hal, Iti, Maheshwarani Sutrani. So this, it is actually, this is called the Maheshwarani Sutrani. Now, if you look carefully at the Maheshwara Sutrani, what you will observe is it has all the distinct letters of the Sanskritam language, all the distinct letters. So you are not going to see the A or the E. These letters you will not see, but all the unique letters you are going to find in this Maheshwara Sutrani. Okay? Now, this Maheshwara Sutrani becomes the Adhar, the foundation of what he does next. He creates a grammatical treatise called the Ashtadhyayi. It has 8 chapters, therefore it's called the Ashtadhyayi. And it has about less than 4,000 sutras with which he explains the complete grammar of this language. Okay, it's an extremely codified document. So if you ask me who is the first coder on earth, perhaps it is Maharshi Panini. It's an extremely codified document. Just like a computer code is written, it's written exactly like that. Okay. And is it easy to understand on a beginner level? Absolutely not. You cannot even approach this book without having basic understanding of the language. Okay. So he creates this. And by the way, the Ashtadhyayi is one of a kind document in the entire world. There is no document that can come anywhere close to, especially grammar. There is nothing that can come anywhere close to the Ashtadhyayi. Okay. So he creates this document from which we understand modern day Sanskritam is completely studied with this as the base document along with certain other texts. Okay. But now the question is, we have not learned the letters of the language like this. When we learned in school, the Akshara Mala looked different. How was it? It was A, I, E, U, U, and so on. And then Ka, Kha, Gha, Kha, Nga, and so on. Right? We learned it that way. So something was done. Some sort of a rearrangement was done. What was the need for the rearrangement? And I think you people have probably got some basic idea in your orientation class. We are going to look at that right now. Okay, why this rearrangement was done and what makes it easier. So letters are given to you like this. We are going to classify the letters. Now, can someone tell me what is the most basic form of classification? If I give you a bunch of letters right now, the complete bunch of letters in a basket, what is the most basic form of classification that you will do? Now, what is classification? You should understand that. Classification is sorting out whatever object, people, animal, plants, whatever, based on a common characteristic or characteristics. Okay, so you decide, okay, I want all the plants which have A and B and C characteristic to be put into basket A, and then some D, E, F, G characteristics to put into basket B. This is called classification. So what is the most common and most simplest form of classification that you will do if I give you all these letters right now?
Where we pronounce them from? Like from the throat or the tongue?
No, that's not the most basic.
Vyanjana and Sayukt.
Vowels and consonants.
What did you say?
Vyanjana and Sayukt, ma'am.
No, not Samyukta. Someone else answered correctly.
Vowels and consonants.
Vowels and consonants. That's the most basic classification. The very first classification you do is vowels and consonants. Okay. So what do we call vowels and consonants in Sanskritam? So vowels are called as swaraha in plural, swaraha in singular, and consonants are called as vyanjanani in plural and vyanjanam in singular form. Okay, but apart from these two, we have a third category in Sanskritam, which is called as ayogavahaha. Okay, this ayogavahaha we'll be dealing a little later. We will be first dealing with swaras and vyanjanas. And this ayogavahaha is especially essential for all the chanters to understand very well. It is very important for every chanter to understand the ayogavahahas. But we'll deal with it a little later. Okay, so swaras and vyanjanams is the first set of classification, or the first classification that we do. What is the property because of which we classify them as swaras and vyanjanams? Can someone tell me? What qualifies a letter to be either a swara or a vyanjanam?
I just think that vowels are used in almost every word. Without vowels, a word is not being made. So
Yes,
that is why vowels are very important.
that is good. That is the importance
I
of
think
vowels.
I
But
think for vowels, we don't close our mouth. I mean, when we say it, we don't have to touch our tongue on, I mean,
yes, yes, it's a free-flowing sound. All the vowels are free-flowing sounds. So when you say you can say continuously. As long as your breath, you are able to say it. And so on. You can do this, right? Can you do it with vyanjanams? You can't do it with vyanjanams, right? Vyanjanams, they are not free-flowing sounds. So this is, you're seeing the differences, okay? So swaras are independent sounds. Vyanjanams are not independent. It is very difficult to utter vyanjanams by themselves. So pure vyanjanam is a bit difficult to utter. So I'll just show the screen where you can see the Varnamala. And if you look at the Vyanjanams that I have written, they have all been marked with one, this kind of a thing at the bottom. When you see that, it means I am talking of a pure consonant. Now, when you learned Varnamala in your school, you have not learned them like this most of the times. What have you learned? You have learned them like this. Right? Am I right? This is a way.
Yeah.
Right? So what have we done here? We will see. Okay, we have added an akara at the end for ease of saying. So you need a vowel so that you can say the vyanjanam properly and with ease. But otherwise, a pure consonant is supposed to look like this. And pure consonants are really difficult to utter. Okay. So what did we see? The differences are swaras are independent sounds, free-flowing sounds. Vyanjanams are not free-flowing sounds. They are not independent. They need a swara in order to be uttered properly. Okay. Now, the next question here would be, we see the Vyanjanams. Okay, by the way, this thing, you can call it as a hull symbol. Okay, this we call it as a hull symbol. Okay, that line that you see. So now the question is, first I'll just read all the letters for you, and then we will see why they have been put like this. Someone already actually mentioned it in the previous discussion. So we see a, e, u, r, l, a, I, o, ow. Okay, this is an extra sound here. Ow. This is new. This is also new for most people. Then you have ka, kha, ga, gha, nga. Now, when I'm saying it, by default, I am adding the akara. I am saying it in that form because it is difficult to utter it by itself. Okay, so I'm adding the akara at the end. Cha, cha, ja, jha, nya. Ta, tha, da, dha, na. ta tha, da dha, na, pa pha, ba bha, ma, ya, ra, la, va, sha, sha, sa, ha. These are all the letters of the Varnamala. Okay, now we will see why these, and this set of things, they are called as the Vargiya Vyanjanani, and these are called as Avargiya. Varga means class. So Vargiya means that which has been classified or which are worthy of being classified. So Vargiya Vyanjananis and Avargiya Vyanjananis. Okay. So why they are called Vargiyas? We have to understand there is something common for these letters. That's why they have been bunched together as a set of 5. Okay. So we go here to see what that is. So we have to understand that all the sounds that we produce are produced in, right now, understand it as your vocal apparatus. You need your vocal apparatus to utter sounds, right? So if you look at the first set of sounds, which is ka, kha, gha, ga, nga, we call them as the kavarga. They are produced in the throat. So you have ka, kha, ga, kha, and nga. The difficult sound here for several of you would be this sound, the ng sound. So you have to understand the movement of your tongue. Now remember, for all consonants, there is a touch. Your tongue is touching some portions of your mouth. So you have to understand where the touch is. For the ka varga, all the tongue moves backward towards your throat area. Okay, so you should now, all of you, try saying ka, kha, ga, gha, nga, and ascertain, are all the sounds coming from the throat? And then someone answer yes or no. You should be convinced.
Go.
Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes.
But the only difference you find is with this letter, okay? Why? Because this letter is also a nasal letter, which means it has 2 sthanam. Okay, this is called the Varnotpatti sthanam. What we are doing now is called the Varnotpatti. Ignore this, Patti sthanam. We are understanding this sthanam of the sounds. The nga sound is having sthanam at the kantha as well as the nasika. You need both to be able to say the sound. How do you say the sound nga?
No.
How do you say it?
With your nose and your throat, tongue
So
going at
that's
the
fine.
back.
How
Yeah.
to actually say it? Several of you have difficulty with this sound because it is there in all the languages, but you don't know to isolate and say it. Okay, so for example, in Hindi, if I write this, how are you reading it?
Ang.
If I write this, how are you reading it?
Chanchal.
Now observe the sound of the anuswara in both the words. Are they the same?
Ang. Chan. No, ma'am.
Yeah,
Because the next one is different. The ch is different from the g.
correct. I'll give you another example. Now,
Champa. No, it has a mer sound to
sound
it.
the same.
Because
No, it
the
has a
other per coming in instead of ch is different.
Yes. So what are we observing? That this sound is changing as per the letter that is coming after it.
After, yeah.
So now this ga is coming from the ka varga. You can see, right? Ga is
Yeah.
So this anuswara takes this sound.
Okay.
The anunasika sound. It's called an anunasika varna. So it follows the nasika. So it's called an anunasika. And it takes that sound. So now what I want some of you who are not used to saying nga or who have difficulty saying nga, couple of you who can try in the class to say this sound, you can use the help of this word anga to come to the word nga. So first you can say anga, then drop the ga and say anga. Then drop the akara and say nga. So I want someone who has difficulty. You should be aware. I'm sure people I think Hindi, I don't know. Some people might have difficulty. So someone raise your hands who would like to try it.
I want to try it
Yes.
because I don't know how to do this.
Yes. Please try.
Anga,
Who is speaking?
anga.
Actually, I can't see the person.
Sorry, I did not have my video on.
Okay. Try.
Okay, so anga,
Hmm.
anga,
Hmm.
nga.
Yes,
Did
that's
I
pretty
say
good.
that right?
Yes.
Did I get it?
Nga.
Okay.
Make sure your position of the tongue is the same. Like you did for ga, the same positioning should be there for nga. Okay? But it's
Nga.
also nasal. Can you repeat?
Nga.
Yes, that's
Nga.
correct. Someone else?
Poor Boshi, if you could go next.
Yeah. It's ang.
Hmm.
Now what do I have to say?
I
Ang.
want you to say this sound. If you can say it directly, say it. Otherwise, take the help of the word anga to say it.
This is na.
No. Say anga properly.
Ang.
Now, when you're saying anga, your focus should be on that anuswara sound, okay? You focus on that sound. Now, drop the ga. So, say anga. You hold on that nasal sound, anga. Drop the ga.
Ang.
But say anga. Make that akara at the end. Just say anga.
Ang. Na.
Don't make it na, okay? Anga.
Yeah.
Don't change, move your tongue anywhere else. It should be exactly that same spot.
Ang.
Say anga first.
Ang.
No, don't say it fast. Say ang. Go stay on that
Okay.
nasal sound before you go to ga.
Okay. Ang.
Correct.
Then I have to just omit the g. That's it. Ang.
So you're staying at ang, no? Why can't you add an akara at the end and say ang?
I have to you use na right at the end, is it?
See, what you are doing is this. You are trying to say this sound. Then you're
Right.
getting rid of this sound, but now
Right.
you don't want to say ang, you want to say anga with an at the end. You're adding an at the end because you want to isolate this sound and say it in as nga. Okay. So just
Okay.
add an akara. So anga, you're adding an at the end.
Okay. Anga. Is
You
it still
saying a ga, no? I want to hear anga.
Ang. Not happening. I think I have to try. I don't want to waste others' time.
Okay, you will learn it eventually. Don't worry too much about it because you can say, if you can say anga, you're fine. But it's good to know how to isolate it. Okay, it's a kanthya sound. The area is called a kantha, and it's a kanthya sound and a nasal sound. Okay.
Okay.
One more person can say maybe.
Saujanya ji.
Okay, fine. Go
Can
ahead.
I? Okay.
Saujanya ji, please unmute. If you're not able to, then Abhinav ji. Okay, Saujanya ji, then.
Can I try?
Yeah, Saujanya ji, go ahead, please.
Okay. Anga.
Hmm.
Ang.
Hmm. Anga.
Is it an? No.
No. Nga. You see, you have to focus on the nga position of the tongue remains
Okay,
same. You
okay.
don't shift.
Okay. Anga. Angan.
You're just adding an at the end, no? Anga. Anga. Anga.
Anga. Anga.
Hmm.
Anga. Sorry, one last time.
Yes.
Ang.
Okay.
Ang. Ang.
Okay. You're not able to drop the sound. Okay. Never mind. It's fine. You will still be able to chant. Not an issue. I was just trying to see if you could isolate the sound or not, but that's okay. But I hope you are getting the idea when you're saying anga, this nga sound is also kantha. It is coming from the kantha as well as an is. Are you able to feel it? Whoever
No,
was.
ma'am, I'm not able to
Yeah.
feel it.
Okay, when you say, can you read the letters ka, kha, gha, gha, nga?
Ka, kha, ga, gha, gha. Ta, tha, da, dha, na.
No, no,
Ka,
no. Just the ka, kha, ga, gha, nga. We are doing only
ka,
that.
okay. Ka, kha, ga, ga, gha.
Okay, this is nga, which you are not able to say. But are you feeling that ka, kha, ga, gha are all in the kantha?
Yes.
Then trust me, nga is also from the kantha. Okay?
Okay.
You should be feeling it. When you try, you should be feeling the nga because your tongue doesn't move while you're saying all these 5 letters.
Ka, kha. No, my tongue moves. Ka, kha,
Your
ga.
tongue doesn't move all over the place. It is
No,
moving
it
to
doesn't.
the same spot.
Yes. Okay. So one last time. Ka, kha, ga, gha, na.
No, it's not a na. Okay? Na means you have moved your tongue. You have to just give me a moment. I have to open the door. Sorry.
Yeah.
Ka,
So
kha,
all of these,
ga.
the Utpatti Sthana is the throat. So the tongue goes to the throat
Okay.
to make this sound. Like just notice,
Tha.
very, very slowly, no hurry.
Okay.
Ka,
Ka,
fa.
fa.
Where did fa come from?
Oh, sorry. Ka,
Ka,
kha,
fa.
gha.
The ka is with less air, so it's called alpa prana. The same thing comes once again with more air, which is the mahaprana. So ka,
Ka,
again tongue goes to the back of the throat and says kha.
kha,
Yes, ga,
ka,
ga, ga, ga,
ga,
ga,
gha,
ga.
na.
But you please listen to what I'm saying and chant after that. Kha, ga, ga,
Ka, kha, ga,
ga.
gha.
Then the same place, take the tongue back to the same place,
Okay.
and you, with a nasal throat and nose, the sound should come from there. Ka, kha, ga, gha, nga.
Okay.
Did I get that right, Seena ji? I also get confused. Nga.
Yes, yes. Na. Correct.
No, no. Okay, I
Nga.
won't waste everyone's time. Sorry.
See, na comes when your tongue touches the upper palate.
Right.
Na. So
Na.
the tongue goes all the way back to the throat.
Okay.
When I say the
सबसे
No.
tongue is
पीछे वाला
touching the
place,
throat, don't
No.
assume the tip of the tongue. Your tip of the tongue is not going. Your tongue is just moving backward.
yeah,
No.
the middle of the tongue.
Okay.
Nga.
No.
Nga.
No.
No, you're making that. See, na comes when your tongue is on the upper palate. So this part is the upper palate here.
Okay.
This is the upper palate, but
Huh.
your tongue shouldn't touch there. Your tongue
Okay.
should touch here, this part here.
Okay. Got it.
Nga.
No. No. I'll
Nga.
sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. It's okay, whoever this is, person is, don't worry too much about it because as long as you're able to read words like Ganga, Anga properly, it means you are getting the sound. Okay?
Okay.
Don't worry. This is more of trying to make you understand where the sound is coming from so that you can give those letters its due respect. Okay? So maybe you're not able to isolate it, but it's okay as long as you can read it correctly. So if you're able to say Anga, you're good. If you're able to say Ganga, you're good.
Got
You're
it.
able to say Ganga?
Ganga.
Yeah, then there is no problem.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Now, before we go to anyone else, we'll do the next set of letters and then we'll ask, okay? The next set of letters are called cha, cha, ja, jha, nya, right? So that comes here, which is cha, cha, ja, jha, nya. Now, this area, this is called the kantha. This is called the talu. Now, I just want to put a disclaimer here. The talu, there is a mathabedha between grammarians about the position of talu. Several people say the talu is where I have marked, and then there are some people who will say that the talu is here in this portion. Now, talu means what? It means a palate, right? So there are two talus. There is a soft palate and a hard palate. This area, now this is the center point of your upper palate, right? This is the center point. This is the center point. So this area between the center point and the throat is called the soft palate. And the area between the teeth and the center point is called the hard palate. You can feel it in your throat. You know, the part which is closer to the teeth is hard. The upper jaw part of it is harder, nearer to the teeth than it is towards the back of your throat, right? Now, the Matabeda is that which is the talu? Is it the hard palate or the soft palate? Now, personally, I believe it is soft palate, because when it is a hard palatal sound, I will later on show you one example of how a hard palatal sound, hard palatal letter will sound like. Right now, my personal view is it's the soft palate. And it also seems to make more sense that the letters are moving from inside to outside. It has been laid down like that. But it's a very technical point, okay? So it really doesn't matter if someone says ki you use the hard palate or soft palate. Really doesn't matter, as long as you are able to say the cha, cha, ja, ja properly. If you are able to say chanchal properly, or you are able to say champa properly, there is no problem. So all these are technicalities, doesn't matter, okay? Now what matters is this particular sound. So what you have to do is just pay attention to where your tongue rests or the tongue touches when you say cha. Now, the part that your tongue is touching, now, if suppose this is your tongue, okay, this is your tongue. The part that is touching is this portion, okay, not the tip of the tongue. It is rubbing against the palate. So cha, cha, ja, cha, nya. Now, every time you are saying each of the letter, position of the tongue should be the same. Whether you are in the hard palate or soft palate, it doesn't matter. Where your tongue is touching, exact same position you have to maintain while you say this letter. This is called nya. Nya, observe, you say cha. You hold when you say the cha, no? Put a little effort and put your tongue in that spot for you to have a memory of where you touched inside your mouth. Once you have understood where that position is, that's where you say nya, and it has also a nasal sound. So the position is the talu as well as the nasika. Okay, so maybe those people who have raised their hand, a few of them can try this sound. So you can try with
Sheetal ji.
wait, I'll give you another word, maybe
मैं बोलूं मैम?
yes, anyone, I don't know, whoever can read.
शीतल, मुझे एक डाउट है, वो आप
Yes,
क्लियर?
please.
क ख ग घ अंग बोलना है क्या?
प, are you on
क
प?
क ख ग घ अंग.
नहीं, अंग इज रॉन्ग. अंग ये जो बोलते हैं ना, ये वो लोग बोलते हैं जो लोग न को आइसोलेट करके नहीं बोल सकते, इसके लिए वो लोग ऐसा बोलते हैं, लेकिन दैट इज नॉट द करेक्ट वे टू से द साउंड. Anga means what? You are adding extra letter a also and ga also at the end. No. How is this a letter? Nga is the smallest unit of the language. One of the smallest units. सबसे छोटा unit है वो language का. तो अगर आप उस letter को अंग बोलेंगे, यानी कि आप आ भी बोल रहे हो और गा भी बोल रहे हो. You can say one letter at the end. You can make it nga. Like you can add an akara and say nga. Just for मतलब वो बोलने के व्हाट यू कॉल ईज ऑफ सेइंग के लिए, लाइक टू मेक इट इजी, उसके लिए ठीक है टू ऐड एन अकारा, बट यू कैन ऐड सो मेनी लेटर्स, देन इट बिकम्स अ सिलेबल, इट विल बिकम एन मल्टीपल लेटर्स का सिलेबल हो जाएगा.
फिर अंग, जो आपने एक पर्सनल वर्ड बोला था अंग, तो वो अंग में ये अंग का कोई कनेक्शन नहीं है.
नो नो, आई गेव दैट एग्जांपल. मैंने वो एग्जांपल इसलिए दिया सो दैट ये ऐसे जब हम लिखते हैं ना, तो क्या होता है, अंग सब लोग बोल सकते हैं,
अंग सब.
ये न साउंड को कैसे बोले, तो मैंने बोला आप अंग बोलो पहले, फिर न का साउंड को याद रखो कि कहाँ पे आपका जीभ जो है वो कहाँ पे टच कर रहा है, फिर ये ग को हटाओ, अ को हटाओ एंड ङ को बोलने की कोशिश करो.
Ng. Ng.
Ng. हाँ, correct.
Ng.
Almost.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, almost. Okay. So same way, ये this nya को भी someone please try.
Ch, ch, j, j, ng.
No. Nya. Nya. There should be no other sound of कोई और वर्ण नहीं होना चाहिए उसमें. Just nya.
Nya.
Only letter you can add is an akara at the end.
Nya.
Ma'am, can I try, ma'am?
Yes, someone please try.
Nya बोल सकते हैं, ma'am.
Only one person at a time, please.
Let's go with the raised hands. So Sheetal ji, next Gurpreet ji, and then Jigisha.
Nya बोल सकते हैं, ma'am. Nya.
Nya, yes. Nya is correct.
Ch, ch, j, j, nya.
हाँ, don't make it, मतलब उसमें न का साउंड नहीं आना चाहिए. Okay, there should be no
Nya.
ना न्य है.
Nya.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
Can I try?
Yeah, yes, please. Gurpreet, if you can unmute.
Ch, ch, j, jh, nya.
Yeah, nya, correct.
Can I
Jigisha
try?
next, and then Tina. Yeah.
Ch, ch, j, j, nya.
Yeah.
Ch, 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 j, ch, nya.
Yes. Okay, good. Okay, so this is your talu. Next is what we call as murdha. Here you have, this is murdha. Okay, by the way, all these terms, no, kantha, talu, murdha, these are not important for you to remember. What you need to know is what letters come over there. That's all you have to know. Okay, these technical terms are not required to memorize or anything. Ta, tha, da, tha, na. Na. I think this sound, most people get it. Na, most people get it. Some people have difficulty. They say ana and all, but you prefer to put the akara at the end rather than at the start. Okay. So ta, tha, dha, dha, na. Now observe the position of your tongue. Your tongue now is rolling upward. Your tongue rolls. It will roll upward and the tip of the tongue will touch this portion. I hope you're looking at the screen, which I marked in red. Your tongue rolls and it will reach the highest point of your palate. Okay, सबसे ऊपर का जो top portion है, it will reach that point. Okay, and that's the touch. That's where you say ta, tha, da, tha, and na. Now try, whoever wants to try the na sound. So, for example, you say manduka, right? That's how one of the words, manduka, ghanta, these kind of words. Okay, someone want to try the letter na?
Yeah, Jigisha ji, then Abhinay.
T, t, th, d, d, na.
Say again the last letter.
Na.
Na, very good.
Mrinali ji.
T, th, d, d, n.
Very good.
Sheetal Bhatia.
T, th, d, d, n.
Okay.
Deepak.
T, th, d, dh, n.
Very good.
Urboshi.
This is ch, th, d, dh, n.
Very good.
Yeah. I think we're getting this. We can move on.
Yes. Okay.
Sorry to interrupt, Rohit, but one very quick question. Don't want to delay, but one very quick question. Pronunciation is okay, but how do we use it when, Madam, you mentioned manduk? It is simply causing the N sound to appear.
No,
N-O-N.
it is na only. Manduka. You don't say manduka. You are not reading it as manduka. Extremely difficult to even say the na. Try saying it. Your tongue is moving forward to the teeth. Your tongue is touching the back of the front teeth and then going back to the murdhanya position. See, in Hindi, you would write manduka as this way. In Hindi, you will write like this, right? You put an anuswara and write manduka. In
Right.
Sanskritam, we will write like this. We will not write with the anuswara. Now, that is why in Hindi, what happens is you are not aware of what you are doing. You are doing it correctly. Intuitively, you are moving the tongue to the correct spot. Why? Because of this letter. The da, you are anticipating the da. So the anuswara makes it easy. I mean, the anuswara, changing of the anuswara makes it easy for you to go to da, for the tongue to move to da. So if you say manduka, you see the difficulty in saying it. You try saying mamduka, you see the difficulty in saying it. You try saying mangduka, try saying all of this.
Right,
All
right.
of the Anunasikas. You
Okay.
try saying it and you will find that Manduka is the most natural way to progress to that next letter, which is Da.
Got it, got it, got it. Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you,
Did
thank
I
you.
answer your question?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Okay.
I'll try.
All right. So let's go to the next set of letters, which would be your Tavarga. So that would be at the back of your front teeth, the upper teeth. So this area. Okay. This is called dantaha. This is the position. And the letters would be ta, tha, da, dha, and na. These are the letters for which your tongue, the tip of your tongue, touches the back of your upper teeth. So you can all try right now and see, is it true? Are you touching the back of the pretty? These are very easier letters. You know, ta varga are like the letters which children, babies, they use ta ta, these kind of sounds very quickly. Pa varga, they say it very quickly. Ma is very easy for children. This is not at all a difficult varga to understand. So if you just observe where the tongue is moving, you will see it is at the back of your upper teeth. So can somebody, just one person, I don't need too many people, one person just read it for me.
Anyone go ahead? Gurpreet, yeah, go ahead.
No.
Yeah. Nobody makes a mistake with this sound. So the person who asked me previously, Manduka sound, look at this sound. Are you convinced that Mandira should be written with the Nakara? In Hindi, you would write like this. But the actual sound of the Anuswara is of the Nakara because of the coming after. Right? So the is from the Tavarga, and therefore you will use the na sound when you say Mandira. Correct? Nobody has any doubts about this? Fine. Okay, so we move to the next one and the final one. Not final one, but yeah, fine. For now, we can say that way. It is the Pavarga. Pavarga uses both the lips, which we call, the position is called the Oshtau. Okay, and the letters are Pa, 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 Ha, and Ma. See, right now, when all of you were trying, several of you were not pronouncing the Mahapranas properly, but I didn't focus on it because this is, here I am just trying to make you understand the Sthanam. So we will be doing Mahapranas later. At that point in time, we will focus on the Mahapranas. Okay, but in this letter, this one, be very careful. This letter is not F. The letter, English F letter or the Urdu Fa, it's not that. It is Pa. That means you say the Pa and then you put more air into it and say Pa. Okay? Does anyone disagree? Does anyone feel it should be Fa? No, right?
Seena
Nobody.
ji, no, but in Gita chanting, when we learn, no teacher has been able to answer it yet. Especially
Answer
this sound, that it should be ph, but when we are doing the Gita chanting, we are conjuncting it and constantly making it ph.
It should not be.
Yeah.
It should never be said as Fa. There is no Fa sound anywhere in this language. Absolutely no Fa.
So when we do ye janaf paryopasate, we are doing instead of ye janaf paryopasate, we are constantly doing ye janaf
See,
paryopasate.
what you are talking is completely different. Ye janaha
Paryopasate.
right?
Yeah.
What you are talking is a visarga rule. We will discuss that later. This is not the sound of f. That is something else. What you are asking.
Okay. Thank you.
It's something that we are going to do when we do the ayoga vaha.
Thank you, Seena ji.
This is pha. This is a letter that we are talking about. And why is it not fa? Because to say fa, observe very clearly. When you say fa, you're using your upper teeth and lower lip. Fa. You have to use your upper teeth and lower lip to say it. But we do not have that sound in Sanskritam. There is no question of using your upper teeth for an oshtau sound. And Oshtya Varna uses only to both upper and lower lip. That's it. So it is pa, pha, ba, pha, ma. Again, ma is your anunasika. So it is also using the nose to utter it. Very easy. One person read it for me. One person.
I
can try.
Oh, sorry.
Yes,
Go ahead.
Yeah, Vikas, go ahead.
Pa, pha, ba, bha, ma.
Yeah, you can say it. Little more aspiration is needed, but we will discuss that later when we are doing the Mahapranas. Okay, a little more aspiration on the pha and the bha, but that's okay for now. So this is a very easy set of letters. Okay, so now we understood that there are 5 sthanams. One is kantha, then you have talu, then you have murdha, then you have dantaha, and then we have oshta. 5 sthanams from where these letters are coming. And I'm hoping that all of you are convinced that these set of 5 that we did, kavarga, chavarga, tavarga, tavarga, they are all from that same sthanam. Like kavarga all coming from kantha, chavarga all coming from talu, and so on. I'm hoping that all of you are convinced and nobody has any other opinion about it. If anybody has any other opinion, please tell me right now.
Actually, I wanted to say something I noticed when you were talking about the Manduka example and Mandira. Is it that the sounds in Sanskrit are arranged in such a way that there's a harmony in between all the sthanas?
Yeah, that's the
way
whole
you said
point.
it.
That's the whole point. The whole point of doing sandhis and everything is for the smooth movement of sounds.
Unlike in English, for example, you're moving it back and forth, if you notice, and it's almost disruptive to the sound that we create.
Yes.
But I'm noticing in Sanskrit, when you speak especially, it is like a harmony in all the different sthanas. You could, if I try to say manduka, and exactly as you said, the sound is all over the place. But
Yes.
then manduka sounds perfect. So
Correct.
is that something to keep in mind as a rule in Sanskrit, that the
Yes, yes,
sthanas will
it
be
is
in
a rule.
harmony?
Yes, it is a rule. It has to be followed like that only.
Thank you. That's so fascinating. That's amazing.
Yes. Okay. So we finished with this set of letters and understood their sthanams, right? With the Varnamala, the entire 5 into 5 set. Okay. We just went through their sthanam. What happens to these letters? Yara, lava, shasha, saha, and all the swarahas. Do they have a sthanam or not? What do you think?
I feel like they're radicals out there, you know?
I'm sorry, I couldn't understand what you said.
They're radicals, as in like they don't really belong anywhere particularly.
No, they do have sthanam. You have to have a sthanam for them as well. Okay. There is always a point at which these sounds get produced, and there is an exact point. And everybody, each of you will figure it out as you say it. Okay. So now let's quickly look at where the sthanam for yara, lava, and shasha, saha are. Okay. Back here. So the letter ya. I want you all to say the letter ya a few times and guess where the sthanam is. I want to see how many of you are getting the right.
Throat.
Kanta. Anyone else?
Yeah.
It's touching somewhere in the middle of the palate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talu.
Talu.
Talu. Yeah.
Yes. The yakara is also at the talu. So if you say cha, 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 ya, you see the movement, it's more or less in the same space. Okay? Yeah. You try and see, you do it slowly. You know, every letter you take your time on it to figure where that position is in your tongue. Yeah. And it actually gives you the clarity of where talu is also. Okay? So yeah. Okay? R. Someone tell me. Very easy. Where is R?
Danta, starting from Danta coming down.
No, there's an
Murta.
exact point for it.
Hard
So
part of the
someone-
palate.
Murta.
I think hard palate, the tip of the tongue is touching the hard palate.
Yes, no, hard palate would be the front of it, no? No,
Yeah, near the teeth.
no.
Dataha.
Murcha. Murcha.
Murdha.
Murta.
Okay, the R sound comes at the murdha, where your dha is happening. R is also there. It's coming from the same spot, okay? The murdha. Here, la.
La. La. La. La.
Danta.
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 Very good. La,
Danta.
it's at the back of your front teeth. La is over there.
La.
Here, la, va. Now, va is slightly different.
Yeah.
Say
La.
va.
Va.
Oshtha.
Oshtha is
Seena ji,
partially correct.
Osh.
I had a question.
Yes.
Why are these not classified along with the ta varga, for example?
Very good.
Ra.
Excellent question. I'll come to it. Let me just finish this, otherwise I'll forget. Va. Where is va? Someone said Oshtha. It is partially correct. Something more.
I said Oshtha actually.
Oshtha is partially correct. Va. Think. Some
Oshta
other.
plus Danta.
Very
Teeth
good.
also.
Excellent.
Teeth also.
Danta.
Yes, very good. So the va sound uses danta and oshta. It's a dantoshtya varna, the front upper teeth and the lower teeth. Like how you say fur in English, no? The fur sound, it's exactly that, the va sound. Now, very important for you to realize that Sanskritam has only one va sound. Sanskritam has only one va sound, whereas in English you have a V and you have W. Right? So the Sanskritam va is equal to the V sound, not the W sound. This you have to remember, because W, when you say, you look at the movement of the lips, okay? It is where, what. You see how the lips are moving? What. Whereas this can be vanity, van, or any other variety. See the movement of the V. This is a dantoshtya sound. This one, there is a specific movement of the lip. Okay, you move it in a very specific way. You do not say where. You say where. You understand? The letter W-H-E-R-E. You don't say it as where. You do not use your upper teeth and lower lip to say this sound. You have to move your lips as where. So this very important thing is that whenever we write words like Saraswati, ideally you should be using this and not the W, which is what everybody uses. Okay, you should be writing Diwali like this and not with a W sound. But it's okay. I mean, fine. You know, it's no big deal. But you should know how it is being pronounced. Do not read it as a W. That's more important. All right. So your la va is over. Now sh sound. Someone tell me. Sh. Sh. Try like that and then try and figure where are you feeling.
Hard palate.
Okay, I get why you said hard palate. What is hard palate called in Sanskritam?
Murdha.
No, murdha is not the hard palate. Murdha is the tip.
Is it lower teeth, ma'am?
No.
Talu.
Talu. Talu. Now he said hard palate because he feels all these sounds in the hard palate. Remember I told you this is the one which has a mata bheda, so hard or soft. Okay, but it is the Talu region. Remember, Sha is in the Talu region. Sha. Now this is The poor sound, I feel so bad about this particular letter, is the most abused letter. Poor thing. It's like justice for sure type. We have to run some campaign.
Kshama.
Not kshama. Kshama is, it's a conjunct sanyuktaksharam. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this letter. How do you pronounce this letter?
Murdha.
Correct. How do you pronounce it?
Sh.
Sure.
Sh.
Little more clarity you need for it.
Sure. Some
Sure.
element of ka also.
No,
Sure.
no. That you are reading this letter. That's wrong. That's not.
Shatkona. Sh.
But you are still giving it a little talavya effect. You are almost making it this sh, which is what most people do. This is why I said justice for this sound, because this one most people don't make any attempt to correct.
Sure.
Sure
ends with a. Does it end with?
Don't worry about it. You can read it with the I am fine with it. You can say the at the end. What we want to understand is what's the sound. The sound is, let's hear carefully. Sh. Sh. Now when I'm saying sh, my tongue curls up to this point, the murdha. And what it is doing, it is blocking the air, and the air is flowing from the sides, from the top, from the gaps, wherever it's available, almost giving it a hissing or a whistling effect. So when I'm saying sh, 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 can you see that air is blown out and there is this hissing or a whistling sound that's coming along? If I say sh, it's not, there is a hissing sound there also, but it is not as powerful as this one. Can you hear the difference between sh and sh?
Yes.
You can, right?
Yeah.
So this is the sh for Shiva. And this is the sh for Shanmukha, or someone said Shatkona, right? Shatkona. Krishna. Very. Okay. Krishna. This name grossly mispronounced. Why? Because nobody pronounces this correctly, and when you don't pronounce this correctly, this also does not get pronounced correctly. What happens is, if you make this a talavya shakara, you say krish, then you don't end up saying the na, you will end up saying the na. And you say Krishna in English. You write, na? And people read it as Krishna. I had difficulty because I never learned this sound until I actually started doing mantras, and that's when I corrected myself. So I had to work on this sound. This was one of the things I had to work on. But after working on, it is impossible for me to now say Krishna. I have to say Krishna. It feels so natural. Why? Because in this letter, the rikara, the shakara, nakara, all are murdha. So your tongue is in one place. How easy it is to say all those sounds. It's not moving back and forth anywhere. So much easier and convenient to say Krishna versus Krishna. So I want a few people to say this letter sh.
Sure.
Someone just said it correctly. I don't know who it was.
Sure.
Don't say it like sh, okay? Don't make it this sound. Please don't add that extra kakara at the start. It's a pure consonant, just one consonant, sh. That's it.
Sure.
Are you able to feel a gush of air coming from between? You have to move your tongue to the position of ta. Where you said it ta?
Sure.
Somebody is constantly saying this sure. I'm hearing this sound.
Sure.
Okay, so you say ta, 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 ta. Memorize the position of ta, ta, ta. Then say sure. Sure. Yeah, you almost got it.
Yeah. Sure.
Yes. You can aspirate a little more and it will be more powerful. Yeah.
It's almost like the whistle that, that
yes,
whistling.
That's what I said. It has got a whistling effect.
Yeah.
Is it sure?
Sure. Can you say it again?
Sure.
Yes.
Sure.
Uh,
Sure.
try saying ta 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 and then go to sha.
Sure.
No. Say ta 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 ta. Memorize the position and then go to sha.
Sure.
Sha.
Sure.
It's better, but little more air should blow out. You should feel that whistling impact when you are saying it. Okay? Can you say Krishna?
Krishna.
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 You know,
Krishna.
the sound should come.
Krishna.
Better. It's getting better. With practice, it will get better. But all of you have to remember this particular sound. I feel very frustrated when I do reviews with people. I keep telling them this sound, please don't say it like sha. Say it like sha. What happens is they will say it like sha for that particular word that I'm correcting, and then rest everything else will go back to sha. You tend to go back to your old way of saying it. Okay, I understand because you were never taught that, but you have to make that effort. Letters, when they change, can also change the meaning, right? Mantro, hina, swarato, varnato, vasi. You have to be very careful. So make that effort. No, I had to make a lot of effort. Every single time this letter would come, I made an effort to correct it. And now it's become very natural. Like I said, I can't say Krishna. I have to say Krishna. It sounds so beautiful when I say it that way. All right. Anybody else? One more person if they want to try. Is it time, Rohitji?
Yes, Tinaji. So we are 3 minutes from 11.
Ma'am, how will you say pushpa? How just
Pushpa. Pushpam.
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 Are you able to hear me when I'm saying it?
No, ma'am.
Pushpam. Okay, let's take that word. Good question. This was all over the place. Right. Okay, let's see. Pushpam. And if you read it like this, okay? Pushpam. This is pushpam. Pushpam versus pushpam. Pushpam.
Pushpam.
Are you able to hear a difference?
Yes, miss. Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Yes. This is the correct version.
Seena ji, I have a question. When as children in Bangla, we used to learn Bangla, we were taught three shas. One is Dantasha, one is Talavasha, and one is Murdhanasha. And each of them had
Bengali.
different letters.
It could be a Bengali specialty. Malayalam has got 51 letters. It's got so many more letters and sounds than something. It's perfectly okay. That's
Thank
your
you.
language specialty. But we don't need it. So you need only the Murdhanya Sha, the Talavya Sha. Oh, by the way, I
Actually,
think
she's
the
saying the
Dantya
same
one is
thing,
the Sa.
Seena ji.
The
Yes.
Sa sound is what you are saying. That is different. The
No,
Sa
Seena,
is...
Seena
Yes.
ji, she's saying the same thing. What we have just covered. We've said Talebesha is the Talusha, and Dantasa is the Sa that we use with the Danta sound, and Sha is the Murdhanya. She's saying the same
That's
thing.
what. When she said Dantya, I realized that it is the
Yes,
Sakara
same
that
thing.
she's talking about. It's not Sha, by the way. You do not pronounce the Sa as a Sha. Okay? Is this clear? Pushpam. This is some sound that all of you have to practice. All of you. It's really very sad to hear it as, Pushpam or something like that. You got to work on this sound every time. It comes right at the first line of Rudram you will get it. Okay? So Ishave, you are going to get this sound in the very first line of Rudram. So you must practice this sound properly. Okay. Just what is left now? What do we? Sa is Dantya. We just get, so Sa is a Dantya sound. And Ha, can anyone guess where Ha is?
Kantha. Throat. Kantha.
Very good, very good. Ha is a Kanthya sound, but Ha also has one more position. Ha can
Lower
become...
teeth?
Yes?
Behind the lower teeth?
No. No. Ha is a Kanthya Varna everywhere, except in some conditions, where it becomes an Aurasya Varna. Aurasya means coming from the Uras. Uras means chest. There is a chesty Hakara also that comes when Hakara comes as a conjunct with the Anunasikas. Anunasikas are these letters. So if Ha comes as a conjunct with this, then that ha should be an aurasya hakara and not a kantya hakara. Now, where do we see example of that is this word.
Hrudaya.
No, Hridaya, no. That is not a conjunct at all. It's with the rakara. This word, can you read?
Brahma.
Now, this word should be read as Brahma and not Brahma. You never read this as Brahma. The moment you read it as Brahma, the ha is Kantya. Okay? But there is a rule in the Shiksha Shastra which says that any hakara with conjunct, which is joining with any anunasika is an aurasya varna. So how do you make it aurasya? By flipping these letters and reading ma first and then ha. So you say brahm and then the ha. Now when you say brahma, this ha should not be emphasized too much. Don't say brahma. The moment you do brahma, that ha has a kantya quality. Try saying brahma, where the ha is well emphasized. It has a kantya quality. It is not coming from the chest. But when you do brahma, then it is a chesty ha. How do you understand that you're doing a chesty? So what I say, what I normally tell is keep your hand on your chest. Okay, keep your hand on your chest. And then when you're saying this, hold or pause on the ma for a microsecond. So brahma. You do brahma. You drop your chest. If your chest is dropping as you say the ha, you have got it right. But if you say brahma, brahma, there is no dropping of the chest. It is kantya because your throat only is getting used. Anybody has any other opinion? If you tried and you felt, no, I'm not getting it.
It's not opinion, but can you please revise the rule again, like how when it should be when it's flipped that you mentioned?
Yeah, the flipping happens when hakara combines with a anunasika varna. Okay, and in amongst the anunasika also we are only focusing on these three. Because we do not have any examples of ha combining with nga and nya anywhere in the language. We do not have any examples. So you can pretty much omit that and think of ha with na, or ha with ma. So like Brahma, I'll give you some other example. Janhavi. Janhavi. The na should be said first. Janhavi. Okay, the ha should drop. I mean, your chest should drop as you say the ha. And another example is aparanha. Aparanha. Okay. Or any more examples I can think of? Okay, I can't think of it right now for the nakara. So these combinations with ha are the only ones available in the language. And of which the Brahma word is so common and all over the mantras you are going to find it. So understanding this sound is important. Okay. So maybe in the next class, I don't want to take it now. We will try few people trying to say this Brahma word. But in the meantime, practice it at home. Okay.
Yeah.
And,
can I ask one more question on the Shah?
Rohit's question, 1 minute. Rohit's question about why your question was these letters, if they are in the same position, why were they not included here? I will answer it in the next class because we don't have time now. Okay.
Excellent.
But remind me in case if I forget it.
Sure, Seena Ji. Thank you so
Somebody
much.
asked something.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, I was asking about the Krishna. Earlier, like before the correction, it felt like the tongue was more flat. And when we say Krishna, the tongue is like rolling a little bit up. Is that correct?
It has to roll because the r, the sh, the na, all of them are murdhanya sound. So your tongue has to roll.
Has to roll. Okay. So if I'm rolling the tongue, can I assume I'm speaking correctly?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you,
I
Seena Ji.
also
You
had
want to let's take questions later. There's a link that I've dropped on the chat, so you can click on it there, and we'll have Seena ji for at least the next 2 weeks. So thank you so much, Seena ji. Very enlightening class. We're getting great comments. So we can put the comments on the WhatsApp group. For now, let's complete the class. Would you like to complete with the Purnamada chant?
No, you do it. You do it.
Okay. So close your eyes. Let's chant one Om and the closing prayers. Leave the chat alone for now. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Sarve Janaha Sukhino Bhavantu Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Thank you everyone. See you next week. We'll continue the discussion on the chat. I'm also dropping a link where we can put in our questions and our reflection on what we learned today. And we'll continue the conversation there. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Seena ji. Thank you, Rohit
Thank
ji.
you, Seena ji. Thank you, Rohit
Thank
ji.
you so much.
What is
Thank you,
our
Seena ji.
homework,
Thank you,
ma'am?
Rohit ji.
You can
Thank you
just
so much.
practice
Dhanyavad.
whatever you did today. Just try and feel the sounds. You should feel the sounds. So just observe the positioning, where they are coming, and get comfortable with the idea. See, you don't have to by heart anything. It's very intuitive. Once you have got the picture of the sounds in your, like what I showed you, then you can do it yourself. No, you can find the sound, where it is coming. Just feel it. Okay? All right. Bye. Take care.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Rohit ji.
Thank you. I'm closing the call now.